dreams retire, we set them free, shaking the ground with epiphany. Fresh thinking loud, it's our decree. Unconventional wisdom dancing on the beat.
Welcome to the first episode of Unconventional Wisdom About Conventional Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, Kim Miller-Hershon, and this episode is entitled, If Everyone's Doing It, It Probably Doesn't Work. I'm a business coach who's seen every motivational poster. And let me tell you, success doesn't really fit neatly into Instagram quotes. I know, I'm sorry to tell you that. This show flips cliches upside down, inside out, and sideways, serving you fresh perspectives for badass business people like you who are tired of business as usual. Today's conventional wisdom target, the dreaded, beloved, and utterly misleading phrase, fake it till you make it. Spoiler alert, maybe just don't. Who started this anyway? This fake it till you make it. Probably somebody who's faking wisdom. Ever watch somebody fake competence at work? It's like watching your toddler pretend to drive the family SUV. Cute, terrifying, and utterly not going anywhere. Authenticity beats fake confidence every day and twice during performance reviews. Instead of fake it till you make it, try own it till you grow it. Leaders who own who they are today, their flaws, their strengths, their coffee addiction, everything else, make space for real growth instead of faked perfection. Ever seen a CEO admit that they're trying to figure it out? Yeah. Rare as a unicorn, but twice as impressive. I'll be interviewing notable business leaders and entrepreneurs who embody unconventional wisdom. We are looking for the rebel executive, somebody who's willing to come on here and get vulnerable and tell us about how they are figuring it out. You notice I didn't say how they figured it out, how they are figuring it out. Here are some of the questions that we're going to be doing. What's your favorite terrible business advice to ignore? What piece of conventional wisdom you followed early on, only to realize later that it was completely wrong for you? As a successful leader, what's one thing that people assume you have figured out, but behind the scenes, you're still wrestling with? If you could rewrite the rule book on leadership, what's one outdated belief that you would throw out immediately, and what would you replace it with? What's the one unconventional habit or mindset shift that helped you grow your business, even though it goes against typical advice? Another question, many leaders secretly battle with imposter syndrome. So no matter how much success they achieve, when that voice of doubt creeps in, how do you handle it? So we're really going to ask business leaders to get vulnerable. And through it, you will feel engaged, inspired. Hopefully, it will create conversation. It's going to give you ideas about things that you might want to try. Again, this is all about authenticity, about showing up as you. And remember that if your approach raises eyebrows, you're probably doing something right. So, why should you listen to me? Well, I am the embodiment of the rebel executive. You tell me to do something a certain way, and even if it's good advice, I'm probably going to bristle at it. I've had my business for about 15 years, and I am a business coach and corporate trainer. I have trained hundreds, if not thousands, of people individually and in groups. And I specialize in helping people figure out how to authentically be who they are and create the success that they want. And I think that's the reason why I personally buck against conventional wisdom. Because here's my experience. So, as a new entrepreneur, I went out like a lot of us do, and I went to courses because I wanted to learn how to grow my business to the stratosphere. So, I go to the person who's running the seminar, who is an incredibly successful business coach, and I'm drooling, like, oh my God, I want to be you. So, at the end of the program, they say, I'm going to sell you my 5-step course so that you too can be a successful entrepreneur. And let's also be real here, because the other thing that's happening is that they are providing social proof, testimonials of people who've used their system and gotten the same success. What, of course, they haven't said is that's probably 1% of the people that bought their program. But they, of course, don't tell you that part. So I literally am the person who is pulling out my credit card, running to the back of the room because I'm going to have that success and I'm going to follow that program. And of course, I'm going to be first because the bonus is only like for the first 5 people. So I got to make sure that I get that. And then what I like to say, and then Monday comes. And then you're sitting down with the program and you're like, oh, how am I going to do this? Well, here's my question. What happens if you can't do step 3? Do you just not get to have the success? Like, that stinks. And frankly, I don't know if you've had this, either a coach or a manager who says, just do it my way and you'll have my success. Well, great. Only problem is I'm not you. So, and then, oh my God, wait, let me tell you this. And then what happened is that I was like, okay, well, if that's not the program, then maybe this next one is going to be the solution. And here's the thing. I would sit in these audiences and the same people would be sitting in every single one. And it really, like, honestly, at the end of the day, like, it's inspiring, but it's also kind of sad, right? And I think that was when I was really like, you know, I gotta be me. Gotta be me, and I've got to be able to figure this out because not getting there is not the answer. Like, it certainly was not the answer for me. It's not the answer for you. So, what do you do with that? Well, I got really interested in helping people be who they authentically are. So, I feel like my job as a coach, like, listen, I can be bossy. You're not gonna be surprised to hear that. I can be bossy. I can tell you what to do up one side and down the other. Here's the thing. Is it gonna work for you? I don't know. Maybe you're gonna have to try. I did not too long ago have a client say to me, I was like, well, if you just like show up at this executive meeting and take the bull by the horns and say that. And you know what he said to me? I kid you not. And I love the honesty. He's like, Kim, I'm sure that if I said that, it would be effective. I can't imagine those words ever coming out of my mouth. Like, fair. Then our job is to figure out, how do you achieve what it was that you wanted to achieve with different words that are authentic to you? So that's really what my practice is about. That's what I want to bring to you by talking to successful entrepreneurs and business people. And like I said, getting their take on how they have gotten to the level that they're at by being who they are. And if you are a listener who is working in a corporate environment where you feel like your soul has potentially been sucked out of you, how do you either find the courage to find a place that aligns with your values? Or sometimes you just need to show up differently in order to get more of what you want, to find the right mentors. So, this podcast is really going to be about figuring that out, listening to a lot of different people who have figured it out different ways. And then you get inspired to figure it out your way. So I hope that that is super interesting to you because it's really interesting to me. So to go back around to what we were talking about today, don't fake it till you make it. Start owning, embracing real messy growth over polished illusions. Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of Unconventional Wisdom about conventional wisdom, where, my friend, cliches come to retire and fresh thinking we inspire. This is Kim Miller-Hershon, Kim Miller-Hershon Coaching and Consulting. Go out there and be a better human.
Cliches retire, we set them free. Shaking the ground with epiphany. Fresh thinking loud, it's our decree. Unconventional wisdom dancing on the beat.